On today's episode of Pathmonk Presents, I've got a very special guest with me here today. Please welcome Igor, who is the head of marketing for Infomir. Igor, thank you so much for joining us today. It's an honor to have you on our show. I'm looking forward to this conversation with you, learning more about who you are, how you have come so far in your profession, and ultimately your company and all the great things you guys do within your market. So thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Maria. Thanks for the invitation. And I'm ready to reply your questions, ready to share my knowledge to all our listeners and subscribers of your beautiful blog.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So for all of our listeners out there, give us an insight. What is Infomir?
Infomir is a group of companies from Odessa, Ukraine. We are a manufacturer. We produce both hardware and software solutions. We have a couple of directions of our business. First is IPTV set-top boxes based on Android TV OS and Linux OS. We have markets more than 150 countries, so pretty not bad result for Ukrainian-based company. This is very interesting case how we get such quantity of countries, and I will try to share this experience. It's very interesting. The second big direction, it is smart metering solutions and remote data management solutions. So we produce devices to measure resources such water, heat, electricity, and gas. So we make the process of metering solutions effortless. So, our customers get the app and get the dashboard, and they may receive the data immediately, and they don't have to go and look through every meter and understand what's going on with their resources. Third big direction, it is smart lighting solutions, outdoor smart lighting solutions. We provided these products in Europe. A very interesting project was in Geneva, Switzerland. Also, very big project was in Kigali, Rwanda. So you may see it is quite different approach, different markets. Africa is very interesting market for us, and Europe, of course, as well. One more big project to mention, it is 3D printing, additive manufacturing. We are the only one partner with HP in Ukraine. We have three big lines of 3D printing, the technology called MGF. So we are printing a lot of different devices. We're printing a lot for our brave army, which is very important in this time because, every Ukrainian citizen and every Ukrainian company try to do their best because we must win, in the end. So, but now we're talking about marketing. So this is like briefly description of what Infomir do. If you have some more questions, I'm more than happy to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible with, how many markets, you specialize in, and, being able to understand the trends and, how to stay as a competitive key player in those markets. It's not easy. So that's really impressive overall. And so in terms of your clients and with, working being in a very global, diverse field, how do they typically find your company? What would you say is your top client acquisition channel? Is it digital marketing? Is it inbound? Is it outbound, or is it mixed of a lot of things currently?
Okay, our main focus is B2B, so business to business. Our main customers are telcos, internet service providers, broadcasters. So mostly we produce devices which helps them to increase their potential to get more subscribers for them. And of course, our main marketing tool is our website. It has 10 languages. So we produce content on 10 languages. We translate it, we proofread it, and we use a lot of artificial intelligence solutions, which make it, effortless and seamless for us. The main channel, it is inbound marketing channel, because we produce a lot of content special for internet service providers and operators. One very interesting project to mention, it is our corporate magazine called Broad Vision. So it is the magazine special for C-level management of those companies. So amongst our readers, such companies as Sky, AT&T, Orange, Canal Plus. So a lot of big national telcos, and it works not only as a lead generation, it is about nurturing, because we provide a lot of insights, how to work on different markets, how to improve their not only IPTV skills, but also marketing skills. We are sharing some insights from how we get 150 countries, because not every company may say that we have more than 150 countries in our bag. It is one interesting story to mention, how we choose those countries, because we begin from the Ukraine, and it was a bit challenging for us to decide what's going on further, because we don't have unlimited budget, and we had to make a choice what countries to choose. So we, let's say, invented our own proprietary framework. We had partners, which is Ovum and Standards & Poor, and they provide us data about every single country in the world in terms of such parameters as average revenue per unit of operators in those countries, which allow us to understand which countries are, let's say, rich or poor to invest money in infrastructure. The second parameter was GDP. So we need to understand level of wellness in every country. Third is a level of broadband connection, which is extremely important for us, because we need to provide our solutions using broadband. And fourth is the prediction of growing of IPTV subscribers in every country. And we create, and we, let's say, split all country in the world in 4 big quadrants. So first is the main attractive, in terms of RPU and those parameters I mentioned. Second is less attractive, and third is almost not interested, and third is worst countries for us, let's say. But it was challenging, because in this first very attractive quadrant, we have some countries like China, like India and Vietnam, and we understood that for us it is impossible to get those markets, because China is a specific market. They have their own manufacturers, and it is absolutely impossible to compete with them. Very interesting situation in India, because India, it is very perspective market, but it is very hard to be there, because they don't pay attention a lot to marketing activities. They believe more in word of mouth. They need to understand who are your existing customers in India. And if you don't have existing customers in India, it is almost impossible to get there. So we needed to cross out India, because we didn't have existing customers there. And Vietnam, the situation is quite similar to China, because Vietnam is the neighbor of China, and this country is full of Chinese devices. And due to some logistics issues, we can't compete with Chinese companies, not only because of logistics, but because of price. China goods are not so expensive as our products. I mean, for those customers. And then step by step, we begin to develop our markets. Very good results we got from United States, from Canada. Now this is our main route markets, especially for expats. I mean, Indian people, Pakistani people, Arab people, Ukrainians, for sure. So this is like small community of people, different nationalities. This is our root auditory, and we're trying to involve as many customers as we can. So this is basically like small operators which buy our set-top boxes for their own cultural and national communities. Sorry if I'm too provide a lot of details, but it seems to me it's quite interesting experience.
No, yeah, it is really interesting, especially, with I never knew how different and from the perspective of breaking into, the market in China and India and Vietnam. Like, that's incredible, especially too with India. That one really was surprising, where a lot of it is word of mouth, especially when you dive deep into the weeds and how you're explaining it. That's so fascinating. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Absolutely. So now we're coming close to the end of our interview, and I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. So with who you are as the leader and being the head of marketing, what are things that you tend to focus on within your day-to-day? And ultimately, how do you stay up to date on, trends within the market without feeling so overwhelmed?
Well, I have 2 Telegram channels related to marketing, and I create posts every day. So I'm into all new things and new features in marketing. Also, I'm a lecturer at university, and so I have students which may ask me very tricky questions, so I need to be ready to answer them. And of course, our customers, they, all the time provide very interesting feedbacks to efficiency of our tool. So we need to make everyday adjustment to our marketing system to understand what fits to our marketing strategy, what works or not. So it is absolutely must for, I suppose, every marketing manager to be aware of everything new which comes absolutely every single day in the marketing.
Definitely. No, that was really great. And I agree with you too. I really love how you have the 2 Telegram channels. That's incredible. And that's so smart, because every day for anyone who's involved in these chats, they know they're going to have some updates, and they know like it provides a huge element of collaboration, where people can be able to discuss and highlight more topics and be able to send additional resources as well. I love that. That's great. So definitely. So my next question is, so let's say that there were no boundaries in technology and you could do anything that you want. What would be the one thing that you would want to have fixed within your current position today?
Oh, it is a very hard question. If I choose the only one tool, to work with, I would say it would be search engine optimization, because I'm really big fan of organic traffic, because in the end, every single person try to find something in Google or Bing, for example. So if you present on a first page, if you are on the top of the list, you always may attract new leads, new target leads, attract more customers. So if I need to choose one, I choose a tool which allow me to increase my organic traffic.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the key for a lot of people. Like, having a tool like that would make everything so much easier.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now we're at the end of our interview today. And I want to thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. but I also want to give you the last word. If anyone were to forget about everything we've talked about in this interview today, what is the one thing you want them to remember about your company overall?
I want to thought that if Ukrainian company may get some not bad results, I mean, be presented in such quantity of different countries, if we can, you also may do the same. So never give up, never stop to develop. All the time think about how you can increase your product, how you can be more comfortable for your customers, and take care, of course, about your marketing. So marketing is the key to the whole sphere of business.
Yeah, absolutely. Igor, thank you so much for joining us today. It was such a pleasure. I really loved our conversation, especially the amount of detail and depth you went into elaborating on the markets and, with how your company has, a global presence and sharing all the information. It was such a great conversation. So thank you so much again for today.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Absolutely. And for all of our listeners out there, check us out next week on Pathmonk Presents.